I was always kind of part of youth theatre, and always kind of, my mum always kind of got me into acting. But I actually didn't want to do it until I did a show about the Holocaust in Germany, the Jewish Holocaust. And Holocaust survivors came to watch it, and just the response from the audience of how that story really affected them and wanted them to change. And something about that made me really want to do that again and become an actor to tell more stories.
I didn't always want to be an actor, I played sport, I played rugby up until I was about 18. So I came to it really late compared to some of the guys. And I sort of fell into its pathway because it's always something that I enjoyed. I've always loved cinema, I've always loved theatre, blah, 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 but never something that I took sort of seriously. And then auditioned for drama school and got in. And there's nothing that I'd rather do now.
For me, the love for acting didn't really come in till I think I was in year five. As a kid, I wasn't really that much of a confident person. My father called me a drifter, a person who just drifted through life.
At 5 years old.
At 5. In year 5. Year 5, get it right. And so obviously I was in this little drama piece, which was talking about being a good Samaritan we did in school. And it was just funny being on stage and doing my part and just how everyone just reacted to my part and really loved my character and getting laughs here and there. I was like, wow, this is amazing. I feel, rejuvenated and stuff. So that's how the love started from there. And then the more I got into it, the more I became passionate about being an actor. And just nothing I would rather do than just be on stage or on screen.
I mean, my desire to become an actor really came from my love of stories. I read from a very young age. I've always enjoyed finding, using my imagination and finding different stories, and that went from writing stories to now performing stories. So it's stories that I love.
Can I just say quickly as well, sorry, you love being, like I said as well, performance on stage and screen. Also, it's about the rehearsal process as well, right?
Yeah.
It's not just the finished product of
course.
performance.
Yeah.
There's something so special about the rehearsal process and developing these stories and finding layers and layers.
Finding the character and finding what's on their mind and stuff.
And meeting new people.
Meeting new people.
Always. Amazing.
So I went to a normal comprehensive school. I just went to a normal school, and then I auditioned for the Brit School, which is based out in Croydon. So I started going there from sixth form, where I got a really broad education in theatre. So we did everything. We did a lot of voice, movement, physical theatre, script writing, performance arts, lots of just different kind of aspects of theatre. And that's when I really kind of realised, though I've always been interested in stories and theatre and live performance, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to be an actor, or I just knew I wanted to be involved in theatre. And then eventually I found, acting was my niche. So that's when I got into performing, really.
I travelled a lot. After secondary school, I kind of travelled. I did school in Africa and the United States and stuff. So before I went for a summer school workshop at the Central School of Speech Drama, which is now known as the Royal School of Speech Drama. We did like a week's workshop there, and I just really, really loved it. I mean, it was so comprehensive. And it's funny because that was the last thing I did that was acting orientated or had anything to do with acting before I left for Africa. And being away from home for so long, for like at least 3 years, and coming back and going to college, as soon as they were like, oh, you can go to drama school after college, it was like Central was the place to be. So I mean, Central ended up being that place for me to kind of really develop my skills as an actor and stuff. So yeah, I think that it's a very weird journey for me in terms of the acting world and performance.
I started performing. I did it at GCSE after dropping geography and swapping into it halfway because academic stuff was never really for me. And then, as I was saying, I was doing sport, so I was doing a sports science course at college, and I just couldn't invest in all that theory work. And I went over to a drama course at college, and it started from there. Something that I took maybe not as seriously, you actually started to really find out how serious it was and how the whole sort of demeanour of it not being so serious is completely false. And then college, straight into drama school, and then sat here now.
I started by going to my local youth theatre, which started off with monthly classes. Then you kind of grew up and became the weekly class. And then took GCSE drama, and then auditioned for the National Youth Theatre and got in there. And then did A-level drama, and then got into drama school as my stepping stone.
It's given me a lot more confidence as an individual, just in terms of speaking, being with people, meeting people, talking to people. Because again, like I said, I wasn't a person who, I found it quite hard to kind of make friends and talk to people and be confident in open spaces, or even read from a text, of any form of text. So having the training, which enabled me to kind of break myself down and build myself back up, it's like a new me, to be honest, like a new version of me, an upgraded version. So I feel more confident. I feel like I know myself better as a person as well. So yeah, I think those are pretty much the main things for me. Just a new level of confidence and a new sense of being.
Yeah, I feel like drama training at drama school is really much more than drama training. Like, I really believe that it is a life training. Like, the things that you learn about yourself, about humans, about the world, is really like quite major. And I that being broken down and brought back up, it sort of was, for me, that whole saying of like, I started as a boy and I did leave as a man.
Yeah.
Like, you learn so much about yourself.
Okay, so for me, as well as like my personal development, I think theatre has given me a lot of social and political development in terms of really framing the way that I see the world and how theatre can be used as a tool for social change, because a lot of the subjects within theatre look at the world and place a mirror up to society, and I think that's a really important part of my development.
Mm-hmm.
So the advice I would give to anyone that wants to be an actor is to train and learn, watch as much theatre, watch as much film, just get as much information inside you about theatre and acting and what that is. I'd also really recommend, like, the other advice I'd give is to be patient. Like, things take time. Like, no one is really discovered overnight. It's a lot of hard work and dedication to a craft and a skill. It's a lifetime career. Do you know what I mean? So you can be an actor at any point. Like, you don't have to do it now. You can do it like later on. But it's just about training and really just getting as much knowledge as possible. And it doesn't even have to be traditional training. Like, there's so many different routes into the industry. So yeah, that'd be my advice.
Be open. Be very open with not just yourself, but just in everything that comes your way when it comes to acting. Just like Emma said, in terms of training and stuff, don't be afraid to try certain things. And again, the same thing I guess the best currency for any actor is experience. Try and experience as much things you can in your life, that from either just bike riding or just going somewhere or traveling somewhere, and taking those experiences, because you'll be surprised that same experience that you take from those situations can fuel your route as an actor in terms of working on character and stuff like that. So yeah, be open and taking lots of experience.
I'd say try and find a local drama group, try and take some classes, just get an understanding, see if it's what you enjoy doing, if it's what you want, and just, yeah, like Emma said, read, watch theatre, watch the news, just absorb the world.
What Emma touched on earlier, hard work and dedication, patience. Yeah, I would say that you really do have to work hard. You have to build up a resilience within yourself, because you're going to get no's, like, but it's not personal. People that take it very personal, it can damage you as a person, where it's really not personal. There's 95% of things that are out of your control. You just have to work hard on the 5% that is within your control.
And passion. I think passion is very important, and I think that's what drives anyone for anything they want to do.
Yeah.
Emma?
In terms of qualities, I think a real sense of ambition and drive are important things. If you have those, then I think they will carry you a long way. It's not always about being the best.
Absolutely.
It's about those that work the hardest and see something for themselves and really go for that. So it's about target focused.
Yeah. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Word up. I would say the taking from what everyone said, which is a lot, is keep your artistic spirit alive. You know, especially as time goes on. If you don't keep that spirit alive, that flame can go out. So do things in order to keep it going. Write yourself a script or a poem. You know, watch a play, watch a film. You know, do anything that will keep you inspired to be an actor. Because the more you do that, the more you're ready to go out there, and no matter what comes your way, you'll just keep pushing against it. So again, like Emma said, having a motivation and ambition, and keeping that thing going. You know, keep throwing in that fuel. You know what I'm saying? Make it go. You know?